third graders. Today's review video is the last review video for topic 7 before our assessment. We're going to work with our Envision Volume 1 textbook on pages 279, 280. So if you want to go ahead and open up, what I'd like for you to do again is to pause the video and go ahead and try and answer as many of these questions as you can on your own, and then come back to the video and we'll go over those together to make sure you're prepared for your assessment. All right, so pause your video. Welcome back. So you should have gone ahead and worked on page 279 and 280 on your own to prepare for your assessment. Let's go ahead and look at and answer these questions together to make sure you're on the right track. Number 1 says use the data from the frequency table to make a pictograph. We have favorite sandwiches here. Our sandwiches are turkey, ham, tuna, and egg. Turkey, we have these tally marks adding up to 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 as we have totaled here. Ham is 6, tuna is 2, egg is 4. Letter A says circle the key you will use. Are we going to use one sandwich to represent one sandwich, looking at these numbers, one sandwich to represent 2 sandwiches, or 3 sandwiches, or 4 sandwiches? So as I look at my numbers here, I notice they're all even numbers, which would tell me I can use an even number like 2 or 4. I also notice that my smallest number is a 2, so I wouldn't necessarily want to jump ahead to 4. I can use the 2 so that the tuna is going to get at least a whole picture here. So I'm going to draw a picture of the graph. I'm going to draw a picture graph by starting with my title, favorite sandwiches. My favorite sandwiches, of course, are turkey, ham, tuna, and egg. I've just copied this information from my frequency table. Now I would have a key down here, but this is my key that one sandwich equals, one picture of a sandwich equals 2 sandwiches. So for turkey, I need 14. If 1, this is my sandwich, equals 2, then let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I would need to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sandwiches to represent my 14 turkey. Next we go to ham. Ham is 6. Count by 2s. 2, 4, 6. Tuna is 2, so that's 1 sandwich. And egg is 4, so we count 2, 4. Number 2 says use the data from the picture graph you made in question 1. How many students did not choose turkey as their favorite sandwich? Not. So we're not going to count turkey. It says how many did not. Remember, these represent 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 did not choose tuna. Next, we look at number 3. Jamie's class made a picture graph to show how many hours they volunteered each week. In which week or weeks did the class volunteer 9 hours? Let's count. Each clock represents 2 hours, each half clock 1 hour. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm going to go ahead and rate that here so I don't forget. I don't have to count it later. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 1 makes 9, because a half a clock, remember, is 1 hour. 2, 4, 6, again, plus 1 makes 7. So our question was, in which week or weeks did the class volunteer 9 hours? 9 was 2 weeks, or week 2. Week 2 only. Now look at your picture graph above. How many total hours did the class volunteer? We can either add these numbers or count again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25, 26. I waited to the end to add my single hours. So 26 hours total. I can check that by adding my numbers here, the 10 plus 9 plus 7. 9 plus 7 plus 0 is 16. So I carry my 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, and I get 26. Number 5 says, how many more hours did the class volunteer in weeks 2 and 3 combined than in week 1? So weeks 2 and 3 combined, I'm going to add these together. Combine them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 plus 15, 16. So 16 in weeks 2 and 3 combined. Week 1 alone was, remember, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So how many more? Tells us to subtract. 16 take away 10. 6 take away 0 is 6. 1 take away 1 is 0, so 6 more hours in weeks 2 and 3 combined than in week 1. All right, looking at, hopefully you did this when you paused your video. Number 6, Mr. Thomas's class made a bar graph of the number of brothers and sisters each student has. How many students in the class have one brother or sister? So number of brothers and sisters, 1. We go up to the top of our bar, come over, it's in the middle, so it's between 4 and 6. There's only one right in the middle, and that would be 5. So we'd circle 5. Compare students with 3 brothers and sisters with 0 brothers and sisters. So we're going to be comparing 3 would be at 7, and 0 would be at 2. How many more, tells me to subtract, students have 3 brothers and sisters? So remember, we had 7 that have 3 brothers and sisters and only 2 with 0. So how many more tells us to subtract, and we get 5. Number 8, how many students in the class have 2 or more brothers and sisters? So now we're looking at 2 or more. That would include 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? 2 or more. So again, if this is 7 and 7, 4 would be 2, 5 would be 1. So 7 plus 7 is 14, 15, 16, 17. We're adding 7 plus 2 plus 1 to get 17 students have 2 or more brothers and sisters. All right, number 9, Beth is making a bar graph to compare how many marbles of each color she has. She has 25 blue, 35 red, 5 green marbles, and 15 yellow marbles. Which scale makes the most sense for Beth to use with her graph? The most sense, would it be 1 marble? We've got these numbers all the way up to 35. 2 marbles. I don't see any even numbers. We don't usually choose 2 unless they're even numbers. 5. Ooh, it looks like we're counting by 5s. That's a good option. Or 20. Now we wouldn't choose 20 because we have 2 of them that are under 20, and they're not half of 20 either, which would be 10. So C makes the most sense. Now we're going to use the information in question 9 to make a bar graph. We just said that each line should represent 5 marbles, so the number of marbles is here on the side. This would be 0 at the bottom, and we'd count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And if we had 40, we'd go to the top. So again, 25 blue marbles, we go to the 25. This bar will go up to 25. Shade that in. Red marbles, 35. Go up to 35. Now remember, I suggest you use a ruler or a piece of paper, something with a straight edge to make your bars. I've just had a lot of practice, so they're not straight, but they're semi. 5 green, here's our 5. That's our short one. And yellow, 15. Here's 15. There we go. So there's our bar graph on Beth's marbles. Now we're going to select all the statements that are true using the information in question number 9. Remember, let's use our bar graph as well. Beth has more green and yellow marbles combined than blue ones. Now green and yellow combined, we've got 5 plus 15. Let's add that up over here. Would be 20 marbles. She has more green and yellow, that's 20, than blue. Blue is 25. That is not true because 20 is not greater than 25. Beth has as many blue and yellow. Now we're counting blue, 25, plus yellow, 15. Combined as red ones. 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry our 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 more makes 4. So Beth has as many blue and yellow marbles combined as red ones. She has 40 blue and yellow. She has 35 red. So she has as many or more. She does have more. So we'll check that box. Oops, we're not going to check that bar because I think they're actually saying she has as many, meaning the same. They're not the same. She has 40 blue and yellow. She has 35 red. Beth has more red marbles than blue and green ones combined. Actually, we're going to keep that one checked. She has as many or more. Now she does not have more red. She has 35 red. Remember, she has 40 blue and green combined. Okay, we're going to back up. Blue and green this time combined. We combine blue and yellow. See, I'm getting ahead of myself. So take your time. Blue and green, 25, plus green, 5. That would make 30. So she has 30 blue and green. She has 35 red, so she has more red, yes she does, than blue and green. Beth has fewer yellow marbles. Yellow is 15. Then blue and green combined. Remember, blue and green combined right here is 30, so that would check, that's true. Beth has fewer red marbles, that's 35. Then green and yellow combined. Remember, green and yellow combined was our 15 plus 5, which is 20. So does she have fewer red marbles than green and yellow combined? No. So that's not correct. All right, so keep in mind when you see the word all that you are more than likely going to have more than one answer. All right, that's it for topic 7, assessment practice. And you're ready for your assessment tomorrow.